Most posts on LinkedIn look the same, and yours might be blending in too. You probably have amazing ideas, but if your posts aren't getting likes or comments, it's because they're not standing out and your ideal clients are ignoring them. So we're gonna shake things up. I'm gonna show you an easy 4-step brand voice formula that shows you exactly how to stand out in a way that feels natural and attracts the clients who get you. I've worked one-on-one with hundreds of business owners and marketers to pull out their unique voice so they can stop the LinkedIn scroll, get the attention they deserve, and grow their business. It's a specific brand voice formula that no one is talking about, and it starts with a sandwich. But first, let me be clear, this video is not about how you shouldn't rely too much on AI because all AI posts look like they've been manufactured on the same assembly line, like this single layer bologna sandwich on very processed white bread. Blech. I am so cliche. And yes, AI is part of the problem, but seriously, people have been complaining about LinkedIn posts all looking the same since at least 2012. Here's the deeper problem. We all kind of know that we need to use our own unique voice on LinkedIn and really in all of our marketing because we'll stand out just by being ourselves. But I've also learned that you can't just tell someone, be yourself, because most people find it difficult to translate being yourself onto LinkedIn. So let's break down the 4 parts of your brand voice so you can methodically put them to use on LinkedIn. And I will also show you a couple ways you could use AI to help pull these pieces all together. The first part of your brand voice is your tone. Think of it as your emotional texture. And in sandwich terms, it's the bread. It's what people experience first and last in your message, and it holds everything together. Now, I'm not going to ask you to identify yourself in bread terms like fluffy, dense, or crusty, because fluffy, dense, or crusty are fine for bread, but not so nice for people. Instead, think of your human vibe. Maybe you're energetic, or you're lighthearted, or you're unapologetic. What is your tone when you are your best self? And if you're not sure, check out the full list of tones that I've compiled for you. The link is in the description. Now, there may be a lot of words that describe your best self. When I'm feeling good about myself, I can describe myself as half of these. But please, we all need to pick out just 3 so we can focus. And if you need help with this, ask your friends or family, or even your close clients or vendors. A client of mine recently asked me to help him pick out his 3 words, and that was really fun. For myself, I'm typically described as sincere, thoughtful, and humorous. And once you've picked your 3, hold on to them. We're gonna pull them in at the end. By the way, the sandwich I'm gonna show you, I was literally building in my mind for like 3 weeks. And then I finally put it together for the first time just the other day, and I loved it. Now, my family was grossed out by it, but they didn't eat it. I did. And you know what they say, don't judge a sandwich till you eat it. Okay, that's not a saying, but it should be. Anyway, just have an open mind, and I challenge you to try the sandwich. Now, the next part of making a sandwich is the condiments. It's what you spread on or sprinkle on for that extra personal touch. And on LinkedIn, the condiments are your unique vocabulary. Think of vocabulary as the unique words and phrases that you happen to say a lot just naturally in conversation. And if you're not sure what you happen to say a lot of, ask your friends and family. They'll be happy to tell you. Now, according to my family, there are certain things I tend to say all the time, like seriously, actually, believe me, let's do this, and super to replace the word very. Apparently, I also say the word sorry a lot, and I'm really trying to kick that habit. And the sad part is that if I happen to say sorry in this video, I actually do really apologize. Anyway, the key is you need to use your own personal words and phrases as much as you can on LinkedIn so you can force yourself out of corporate speak and start sounding more like you. And as for the sandwich, I'm adding a couple condiments. The first is natural, unsweetened, chunky peanut butter. It's just peanuts and salt. And the second is pickled red onions that I spiced with jalapenos and habanero. The onions give the sandwich a bright and tangy and slightly sour kick. I'm also sprinkling on some ground black pepper. Now, the next part of your brand voice is your point of view. And the best way to figure out your point of view is to fill out these sentences. In my field, more people need to stop blank and start blank. For me, people need to stop chasing the LinkedIn algorithm and start focusing on real people. Next is, one thing I believe that not everyone agrees with is blank. For me, it's that professional doesn't have to be bland or stiff. You can have personality and be credible. And I'm on a mission to blank. For me, it's I'm on a mission to help business owners and marketers show up on LinkedIn the same way they show up for their clients. So when you write on LinkedIn, does your point of view with any of these statements come through? You need to take a stand, and you need to do it as often as possible. So every time you edit your posts, check for that. Now, when you take a stand, will you turn off some people? Yes, but you're turning off the people who wouldn't be good customers anyway. Either you won't be on the same page or you're just not going to click. Life is too short to fill with people and situations that are less than ideal. And your point of view in sandwich terms is your filling. Here I have avocado for creamy mouthfeel and apple for some slightly sweet crunch. And I'm not putting them on the sandwich yet because how we put them on actually ties in with the last part of the brand voice. So let's talk about rhythm. Have you noticed that most LinkedIn posts these days are punchy? They have short sentences and short paragraphs. Punchy is a type of rhythm, and that's okay, but we have to be honest with ourselves. Does the rhythm of our LinkedIn posts match the rhythm of the speech we use when we're actually talking to our clients? If the rhythms don't match, you're going to come across as manufactured. Because punchy is like talking like this, or maybe you have more of a natural flow. Maybe you're like really flowy. So ask yourself, in real life, are you naturally more punchy, more free-flowing, or are you a mix? For me, I'm more of a mix. So now let's get back to the sandwich. Maybe you like things more free-form, but my OCD will not tolerate this. I'd rather layer things pretty neatly. So now, how do we bring this whole sandwich together so your LinkedIn posts sound like you? And you don't sound like this. Now, if you're a copywriting pro, just going through these exercises might just get you on your way. But if you're like most folks who don't like to write, here are 2 ways that AI can help. First, put all of your answers from our exercises into AI and ask it to come up with a title and description for your unique brand voice. I put mine into ChatGPT, and here's what it said. The disarming strategist. You're the voice of clarity wrapped up in a warm, witty hoodie. People trust you because you don't posture, you teach. You don't chase trends, you explain what actually works. You're the calm voice of reason in a noisy feed full of hype, which is totally me, except I don't own a hoodie, but that's a detail. Anyway, have your title and description in front of you anytime you're writing anything on LinkedIn so you can remember your voice. And the second thing you can do with AI, if you use AI to help you write your posts, is to use all this information so your posts are more like you. But of course, when you're editing your posts, and you're editing them, right? Because you have to own your posts. Ask yourself honestly, am I matching all 4 elements? Is this my voice? And would I eat this sandwich? Now, this sandwich has a really bright taste. It's spicy, it's sour, tangy, it's a little sweet. It has peanuts for boldness. It reminds me of a flavor combo I've had when I've eaten at Thai restaurants, but with my own personal twist. It's the Brook Sammy, which I shall call the Brammy, because I didn't see that term anywhere else on the internet. Because honestly, people aren't hungry for more content. They're hungry for someone real, and that someone is you. Now, brand voice is big, but let me show you, it's been for me the biggest game changer to help you attract your ideal clients and grow your business. So check out this video in the top right corner. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.